Possetcast.
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 From Portishead.
Good afternoon. I'm here today with Paul Gardner from the Portishead Independents. I've caught up with him in the High Street where he's out campaigning for the Portishead Town Council election in Eastwood.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Paul.
Hi, Roger.
Hi, good. I just wanted to ask you a couple of simple questions really, but first of all, could we start off with you just introducing yourself and explaining
Yeah, sure,
a few things about who you are and your history?
Yeah. So I've lived with my family in Portishead for the last 20 years. It's a fantastic place to live and work. I work mostly from home. I run a business as well. I've got a daughter who's back living with us at home, having finished university, and I have been a councillor before. I was the chair of the council for a couple of years during the COVID period. And so I enjoyed that. There's a lot of fantastic people in Portishead, and it's nice to be able to give something back from time to time. So that's why I'm
That's
standing.
great. Thank you, Paul. And really, why are you standing for election? I mean, I know you were on the town council before,
Yeah.
and you decided last time not to stand.
Yeah.
So why the change of heart? Why are we looking at you again as a candidate?
Well, to be honest, I had some other commitments, and I also had some personal health issues. Luckily, they're long gone. So as there was a vacancy, I was quite keen to get involved again because it's just fantastic being connected with the community and being able to do things to help people.
Well, that's great. And should you be elected into Eastwood on the town council, what would your priorities be?
Making sure everyone's money is spent in the best possible way and for the positive impact for as many people as possible. I'm very passionate about the environment, and the council's been successful in getting Slade Road playing field off the development list, and also recently Pershing Brackenwood. So I know there are some projects to do to try and make those areas available to the public in whatever way that's going to, that people want. Because obviously we're part of Portishead Independents, and we're all about listening to people and trying to do what local people want, not what party politicians tell them they might need.
And there's some big things that always come up at election time around Portishead that people are concerned about. One of them's the lake grounds.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the lake grounds? How well is that being managed at the moment? Is there anything that you'd like to do with Portishead lake grounds?
Yeah, I've been volunteering because the council has been doing sort of regular surveys of people. I don't know if people are aware of that, just to find out how people use the lake grounds, where they're coming from, what facilities they use. Obviously, there's been a few improvements, like the skate park, but there's a lot more to do. And the lake needs clearing out, as we know, and there's other improvements that need to be made to the buildings, which are really dilapidated. But the survey is about the cafe, and at some point it's probably going to fall down. So we need a better facility in place. But it's about the buildings really, and it's trying to lobby North Somerset, who own the land, to put in the investment in whatever way. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah. And I know it's not strictly a town council issue, but while we've got you here, it's good to ask you. The train station is a big thing in Portishead as well. Are you a supporter of the train station?
I would love a train. Yeah, I've been commuting on the train for the last 20 years, and I'd love not to be able to drive to Nailsea or Bristol Parkway or Temple Meads to catch a train. That would be fantastic. Not only for people in Portishead, but it'll obviously bring people into Portishead and hopefully encourage more businesses to set up here. So you've got to remember, there's as many people will be coming out of Bristol into Portishead as will be hopefully going in should it arrive. Fingers crossed.
And of course, we also know that the very important town council election that you're standing in just happens to be taking place at the same time as a general election. Now, I know it's not really your remit, the general election, so I was just going to ask what your thoughts were. Sorry, car skidding in the background there. I was just going to ask what your thoughts were on how the general election campaign has been run so far, how the main parties have been interacting with each other, and whether or not you've been enthused by that or put off.
I'd imagine, like most people, it's pretty dispiriting, all this mudslinging negativity. As Portishead Independents, we've always tried to be positive. It's about we're here to do things for people. So the complete opposite of what we've seen from every single national party, to be honest. they could all do a lot better, in my view. So.
No, that's great. Election date is on the 4th of July. I'm pretty sure everybody probably knows that.
Yeah,
Is there any last message that you want to give to people for election day to do with the town council?
It is a local election as well, both for the South Ward. We've got another great candidate, Mary-Ann Afzal, standing in the South Ward, so I'm standing in the East Ward. And it is Independence Day, so yeah, remember that. Independence Day, vote independent for your local councillors who will look after Portishead for you.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Thanks,
Thank you
Roger.
very much, Paul, for your time.
Yeah,
And I'm sure we'll speak to you again.
I'm sure we will. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.